Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michael Janda. I'm super glad you're here. Today, we're gonna do a little lesson that is part of my web design business bootcamp course. And in that course, I have a module that's all about Editor X and using Editor X as your build platform for websites. Now, the Editor X module is just a bonus module, not part of the greater course, which is platform independent. And it outlines my entire process from my agency for building websites for clients, including pricing, contracts, proposals, the whole process, delivery documents, and everything. Inside that Editor X module, I have a wireframe kit that corresponds with the compositions that are pre-built inside of Editor X. And that wireframe kit is what I'm gonna walk you through today inside of this video. But before we jump into that, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for your support. I work hard on the content for this channel, trying to level up your creative business, and I appreciate the subscribers so much. This should blow your mind. That's what should happen in this lesson. Like, if I would have had this built this way at my agency, we could have sped up our process so much, and the build process and the design process, everything would have gone faster had we done this type of production process, starting with a wireframe kit like this that exactly matches the content modules that you use to build. So check this out. If we go here, this is Editor X environment. Now, if I click on the plus up here in the top left, and I click on compositions, it gives me all of these compositions. These are all the pre-designed and pre-built content modules that Editor X has for you. And I created a blueprint wireframe of every single one of these for your use in the wireframing process. And then it will easily convert to the build. So we're gonna go in here and let's just say, let's take a header and we're gonna use this header, and then let's reorder that module. So I'm gonna drag it, not there, this one up above. Right there. Okay, so we put the header up above our content area, and then we're gonna go in and we're gonna take a welcome section, and let's throw that in here. And then we're gonna add another element down below that for the about. So just a little about us module. Let's use this right here. Okay. Now that put it above, so I'm gonna go in and reorder that. Think it should go right there. Yeah. Okay, so here's our little page of a couple of these pre-built compositions inside of Editor X. And if I click on our thing, on our sizes for responsive, there's desktop, tablet, and mobile right here. Now you can see that these elements all restack and build properly based on the size of display. So we're working off of pre-built modules that are pre-coded and ready for you. That's what we're going to use as our starting point for the wireframes of this site. And we're not going to just jump into design. We're going to jump into wireframing first to get all the content in the right places. So let's go into Adobe XD and let me show you this wireframe kit that I've created for you. But I just wanted you to know where it came from on these compositions. Okay, here's the wireframe kit in Adobe XD. And the way that I created this for you, we put it all in one gigantic XD file. And if I zoom in, you can see that it's all sectioned by the different sections inside of Editor X. So the welcome section has all of these modules running along the top. The tag is on the left. Here's the about section, and all the about modules are running along that section right there. So you can see them all wireframed across. The welcome section is the only one that has 2 rows. Other than that, because there were so many of them, other than that, they're all just to the right. The modules are to the right of the tag. So services modules, all running right here. Let me zoom in for you on this to see it a little closer. Now down below, you have the screenshot of the composition module in Editor X. This will help you find it quickly. So this is what it looks like in Editor X when you choose it from their menu. This is what the wireframe looks like that you can use in your UX design wireframing process. So if you're gonna need a services module and you choose not that one, let's not choose this one, let's not choose this one, let's choose this one right here. It's all wireframed and ready. It matches almost to the pixel the content module or the composition inside of Editor X. And all those run across here. So we have it for every single section of the Editor X compositions. You'll be able to find them inside of this document. And once you kind of scrub around a little bit, you'll find the stuff really quickly. It's not, there are 200 wireframes in here, but it's not so impossible to find it. Here's the partner modules, here's the portfolio modules, here's the news modules here on this bottom section right here. And it kind of matches the flow of the Editor X order that they have them in. Welcome, then about, then services, etc. The only one that's a little different is I put the headers and footers up here at the top of the section with the welcome and about section modules. So we have the headers running across right here, and we have the footers running across right here. You can see just below it. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to take you through and show you how fast you can wireframe using these content modules right here. And man, I love this process. It just goes so quickly. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your content framework document and your sitemap, and you're going to know that, okay, I've got to make wireframes for all of these pages. Then we're going to go in and we're going to say, okay, what am I going to do? We need a welcome section. I'm going to look at the content framework, and it says that we need to have a main welcome section. So let's go and just choose this one right here off the top of that. And I opened up a new document in Adobe XD that is 1920 wide. 1920 pixels wide, which is the width of all of these content modules. So I'm going to go in and say, okay, I like this for my top module. I'm going to copy that module and I'm going to paste it, and it drops right into that section. I'm going to make this page longer so you can see these stack. All right, now that I have this in here, I forgot that we should really start with a header. So let's start with the header. And we can go grab the headers from right here, and you look at it and say, okay, I kind of like this header. We'll just do this header right here. So I'm going to go into this and I'm going to paste the header right on there. Then I'm going to say, okay, now what do I need on this page? What else do I need on this page? I'll look at the content framework. I need to have a section that's about the company. That's what we need to have next. So I'm going to go to the about, and we're going to put a little promo in here. Let's go with this one right here. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to paste it into my wireframe and stack that content module. If you remember the lesson that I taught you about thinking of these as building blocks, as Legos, that we're just stacking module on top of module. It's this modular style design that is the way that websites are built these days. So we're going to put that module right there, and then we're going to have a services module. So what services module do I need? I'm going to go and look. I've got all these pre-built modules from Editor X for the compositions. I'm going to go in and paste this services module right there. And that promo is going to drive people to that. And then, you know what? I'm going to throw in a little testimonial about the company that people love us so much. So I'm going to grab this. I like the style of that one. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste that into here and drag it down and stick it right there. And then I've got to have a footer on the bottom. So I'm going to go back over here to my footers and grab my footer that I like. Let's say we like this footer right here. Just a nice black dark footer. I can change any colors. I can change the design style. I can change the fonts when I go into the design piece. For now, we're just trying to create the blueprint. So I'm going to put that footer right down here on the bottom of this page. Now, my home page, boom, wireframed. Next thing I would do is I'd say, okay, I got to duplicate that page. So I just option dragged in Adobe XD. I'm going to delete out all of these interior modules and say, okay, now I've got to create my about page. So my about page, I'll grab this module right here as my top module, place it right there. And then I'm going to do in the about, what should I have in here? I should probably highlight the services that we offer in a more robust way. Maybe there's a module like this right here where we can give a little description of the services. So I'll paste that in here. And then let's have an infographic about the history of our company or something. Our company by the numbers. And let's stick that right there. And then let's close it out with some testimonials. Oh, how about our hours? How about, let's see, projects, maybe some projects. You want to have like some case studies that you're promoting about your business or your client's business. So we'll grab this module right here, and then I'm going to make a little more room for it because it's a little taller. Drag that down, paste it in here, and let's make it a little more space right there. And then drag my footer back up to nudge that in. And then there we go. Now we have 2 pages wireframed right now. Now look at these pages. Honestly, you could present this to your client. These are good looking wireframes. All the modules are already designed, so you could quickly wireframe up your website. And obviously you want to change it for some of the details of your specific client. Don't leave in business name up here. Go in and put it in as client name up in the header. So customize some of this stuff for the information you know. If you have a version of the client's logo, throw it in here up in that header. If you know what the navigation is going to be, that it's going to be home and about and services and products and contact. If you know that that's the navigation that you want to have, then put it in there. So you want to not just use it as the default templates that I gave you, but it's easy to modify those things in this wireframing process. So you look at that, you've got 2 wireframes done just in the timeline of this call right here, all using this wireframe kit that I've created, which matches the pre-built compositions inside of Editor X, which means that the build is going to go so easy for you because those compositions are already built to be responsive. They're already built to work. They're already QA tested. You're going to be able to build the site so much easier than starting from scratch. So the wireframes match the compositions. We're going to create the wireframes. We're going to design on the wireframes in the next lesson. And then we're going to build with those designs by using the modules that we used from wireframes at the start. So it all goes really, really smoothly. Okay, hope that helps you get an idea of how we can do this process. We can create these wireframes. These are good looking wireframes. They're going to be able to easily be presented to your clients and make it so that you can do the builds so easy using that Editor X platform. Hope that helps. Thanks a lot. You can download these wireframes in Adobe XD, the full big schematic that I have here. You can download them in SVG format, which allows you to import them into whatever software you want to use, Sketch, InVision, Figma, whatever you want to use. You can import them into that for your design instead of XD. You can, and then PDF, which is a vector format. They're all vector except for the screenshot of Editor X, which you'll see below, but that'll be bitmap. The rest of it will be vector. You can bring it into whatever software you want to use in vector format to create these wireframes. And then I also give you a PNG version in there as well. So anyway, you've got the wireframe modules in all those different formats to use in whatever UX design software you want to use. Okay, that's the wireframe kit for Editor X compositions, and that wireframe kit's included inside of Web Design Business Bootcamp, my web design course. And that course outlines the process I use to create websites for Google and Disney, ABC, NBC, Fox, so many high-profile websites for high-profile companies. So if you're a web designer, I promise my course will give you a ton of value. And if you're looking at no-code platforms, check out Editor X. You can find the links down below. Thanks a lot. We'll see you again in another video coming soon. Oh, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you didn't do it when I asked you at the start.